Hi everyone, this is Dawn. We're going over the weather for June the 13th, and we will go over a report for power outages across the U.S. and also a report on India.
Not anticipating any tropical cyclone formation through the next 5 days across the Atlantic basin. And part of that's because of the Saharan dust that we're tracking here across the region. That's what's going to provide us with hazy skies as we get into Sunday and into early next week. Still going to be dealing with those hazy conditions because of the dust particles pushing on into the picture. The Saharan dust that helps suppress tropical formation. So that's how we're not expecting anything in the way of tropical depressions or tropical storms or even hurricanes through the next several days. That's going to be put to end with that Saharan dust moving on through, but the dust can cause some problems for us. Itchy eyes, throats, certainly something that you have to keep in mind if you have a sensitivity to those type of things. Along with that, sometimes with the Saharan dust moving in, it does bring in some really pretty sunrises and sunsets, so that's maybe a silver lining for us here as we head through the next couple of days. Meanwhile, across the Pacific Basin, that's where...
We may have a little bit more of a brown sunset for the next couple of days. We're watching a pretty healthy dose of some Saharan dust come right towards Arkansas and Oklahoma. Most of this should stay higher up in the atmosphere, so hopefully you don't breathe that type of stuff in. But we're going to probably get more of a brown sunset tonight and the rest of the week.
Okay.
Tomorrow. That's the scene here.
Hi there, meteorologist Jennifer Collins. Well, a hot one for most areas of the southeast. High temperatures returning near 90 degrees for areas along the coast. Into the mid-90s for areas like Birmingham, Jackson. Near 100 degrees for areas like Memphis and Little Rock. Showers and thunderstorms this afternoon will develop along the sea breeze boundary collisions across areas of the Florida Peninsula and even in portions of central Georgia and Alabama, too. We'll stay that way through the overnight hours, nice and dry with partly cloudy skies across the southeast.
Well, a very good Monday morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Andrew McMichael taking a look at your weather story across the Midwest. We're starting to build into this heat. A lot of 100s for high temperatures and 90s today. Got some storms to the north, more storms firing up here across the Ohio Valley. Check out the high temperatures tomorrow. Most of us are getting into the 90s unless you live in the Dakotas or even into the 100s for your Tuesday. For your Wednesday, starting to cool off in the plains. However, still hot across a lot of the Ohio Valley. I'm meteorologist Jody Carlo with a look at your forecast across the region on this Monday. Start off with a few clouds out there, then turning mostly sunny across the entire region today. Mid-90s, Arkansas to Oklahoma, low 100s again across much of Texas, so staying dangerously hot. Overnight, just a few passing clouds and warm 70s and low 80s as we start into your Tuesday. And then Tuesday afternoon, staying hot. Temperatures right around 100 degrees with partly to mostly sunny skies.
Good Monday morning. I'm meteorologist Rebecca Stevenson, and we've got a clash of two air masses for the west. Very hot down into the southwest, but some much cooler air coming in from the Pacific Northwest. In fact, 10 to 15 degrees below normal in the northwest. Well, all this is going to merge together and create very windy, hot weather conditions for fire conditions. And we've also got that cool air moving down to the south, dropping temperatures around Utah. And that's the scene from here.
The first day of summer isn't until next week, but we have already hit triple digits, and yesterday we set a new record for energy demand. It is a sign that we should probably buckle up for this summer. Yesterday, we had that demand reach just over 75,000 megawatts across the state. That was around 5:20 yesterday evening, according to ERCOT. That is the new record for demand, breaking the previous record set in August of 2019. Now, the good news is the energy grid had about 10,000 megawatts to spare, so there was enough supply to meet the demand. In fact, we looked at ERCOT's supply and demand tracker website. They are forecasting they'll be able to maintain that margin throughout the day today, but we should probably get used to checking this website often because we know how these Texas summers can be, and the heat is starting earlier than usual this year. There were some outages across the area yesterday, but not related to the power grid supply. Instead, Encore told us that about 3,000 customers were affected Sunday because of the increased load being put on the transformers. So the increased stress and the heat on the infrastructure caused some of those outages, and there were still some customers affected expected at this hour, according to the Encore's outage page. Still a few.
Person for Encore tells us the outages are being caused by so many people using power, along with extreme heat hitting the equipment. During the height of the 100+ degrees temperature, at least 2,900 households lost power in the DFW area. With the dangerous temperatures, Lake City's firefighters were going door to door.
We're targeting everyone in our community. We're giving extra attention to our elderly.
And back at the Wyatt household, all 5 family members will be crammed into one room with the small air conditioner unit.
I mean, there's a bed, and then there's a bunch of space on the floor, so we could just put sleeping bags.
The assistant fire chief tells us they have an emergency operations system up and running right near the firehouse. They're asking neighbors here in this immediate area to please don't hesitate, call 911, and they can get you in that shelter. We're in Corinth. I'm Melanie Basu.
Now, India began a heat wave back in April, and this video will give you some heads up on that, reaching, I guess, 111 degrees, 44 degrees Celsius, and 111
Let's go now into India. It is in the grip of an extreme heat wave with temperatures in the capital Delhi topping 40 degrees Celsius. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is warning of the growing risk of destructive fires, and relief looks distant. The cooling monsoon rains are not expected before June.
For June the 13th, there are some power outages at Yellowstone National Park. And there was heavy rain, flooding, rock slides. This is the Power Outage US site, and we're going to go over the report. This looks so different. If you look at the map, this is June the 13th, and if you look at the map compared to June the 11th, the dynamics have drastically changed. I think June the 11th, the record heat in Texas was a problem. I believe Kansas had problems, and California. We're all experiencing up to almost 10K or more power outages. So it looks like there are multiple states right now, June the 13th, that are experiencing outages. Let's go to the report. Ohio, 236,000. That's outrageous. Indiana, 79,000. Illinois, 70,000. West Virginia, 51,000. Wisconsin, 38,000. Okay, we'll go ahead and tap onto those states and look at them individually at their maps. And so we can see in Ohio where these outages are occurring. The electric providers are shown on the list, tracked on the left, how many customers and how many outages. Let's look at where the largest numbers are. AES Ohio, 12,000 outages, 42,000 outages. American Electric Power Ohio. Now, I have not checked what the weather is in those areas to determine what is causing these power outages, whether it's heat or weather storms. Here's Duke Energy, 138,000. Wow. First Energy, 22,000 outs. They have quite a bit of electric providers in this state of Ohio. 5,000 is South Central Power Electric Service is experiencing. As you look, there are only a few untracked providers. So this could be a pretty clear report. And we'll go down to Indiana's. Let's look at the map. 79,000 outages. And pretty much the electric is bunched in two main areas of the state of Indiana. The electric providers are tracked on the left. The customer outages number shown on the right. Let's see which service provider is having the most outs. Duke Energy, 1,000 plus. Indiana, Michigan Power, 24,000 plus. Kosciuszko Rim, I don't know how to pronounce that, over 3,000. And 2,000 plus Noble, REMC, Northeastern REMC, 17,000 plus outages. Northern Indiana Public Service Company, 27,000. They have quite a list of providers in this state. And the untracked providers. Okay, so we may not have a full number, but we are showing at least 79 plus thousand that are out in Indiana. Let's go to Illinois with 70,000 state outages. It's looking a little bit spotty. It's spaced out in the state. The electric providers tracked on the left, customer outages shown on the right. Let's find where the main numbers are. Commonwealth Edison Company, over 67,000. That's quite a number. 1,000 Illinois Electric Corporation. So that's really where those two providers are really the main service providers with the outages in Illinois. Untracked providers, okay, about 15, I guess, that are still untracked in Illinois. And then we have West Virginia, 51,000 plus outages. Ooh, that's back in the, I guess it would be the southwestern part of the West Virginia. West Virginia, 51,000. Okay, let's see. Okay, Appalachian Power Company, 33,000 outages. Number on the right is the outages. That's quite a lot of power failures. First Energy, 18,000 plus. So those are the main two providers. And all these, about 10 other providers
they don't even have the information on how many members, how many customers they have. So we don't know if we have a true figure, but we do know there's at least 51,000 that are doing without in West Virginia. Wisconsin had over 38,000, and that's mostly in the southeastern part of Wisconsin. Electric providers, tracked on the left, out showing on the right. And let's see where the main service provider is having failures. Madison Gas and Electric, over 5,000 outages. Oh, Wisconsin Electric Power Company, over 32,000 outages. So Wisconsin Electric and Madison Gas and Electric. And let's see how many. Oh, they've got a long list. Maybe about 25 untracked providers. So that looks like about 100,000 that are untracked in Wisconsin. And that's pretty much our report for June the 13th. It's 11:45 p.m., a late report. We'll go down to some more news.